Hi Taurus, welcome to Spiritualista. This is your weekly energy forecast from the 22nd until the 28th of September. If you'd like a personalized deep dive reading, the link to my Etsy shop is below. I hope you appreciate this new format. Hopefully you like it. This is a partial facial video, so we're going to be introducing ourselves this way to be a little bit more personal. And then I'm going to go into a top-down view of this beautiful deck here. And in the end, I'm going to say goodbye to you in person. So let's get right to it, Taurus. Are you excited for your reading? So let's see what your week is going to bring you. We had strength there at the bottom before I started shuffling. So maybe that could be a sign that there is a lot of strength that is going to be appearing for you this week. Or maybe you are already feeling very much empowered right now. And you are in that state of potency right now. That's what I'm feeling for you guys. Hopefully it's not that you are being required to have a lot of strength because of tougher circumstances, but could be the case for some of you. So let's see here. Let's get a clearer picture. Universe, please tap into Taurus energy from the 22nd until the 28th of September. Let's see what comes up. Oh, that ended up on the floor. I didn't even see what it was. 1 second. That was Justice. All right, so Justice is your present moment card. Let's put it down here and let's see the rest here. You're being crossed by the 6 of Pentacles, crowning you. Ooh, the 9 of Pentacles. Also very Taurian, always with the Pentacles, guys. Okay, and then the 4 of Swords as your foundation. And then we have your recent past here with the 8 of Wands. Interesting when they come right after each other. So first we have the 4 of Swords here, which is all about rest. It's all about recovering yourself, taking it slow. And makes sense because you're coming from this now, which is just all about speed. It's all about momentum. So you've been going through lots of rushing here. That's what I'm sensing. And now you're in the space where you're needing to chill. At least your soul wants you to chill. Your subconscious wants you to chill. Chariot and your near future here. And then we have Suggested Approach with the Knight of Pentacles. That's your card. That's always your card. Knight of Pentacles here. And then we have what you need to know here with the Ace of Swords. New communication. Your hopes and fears, the 2 of Pentacles. And then your potential future here. Ooh, 10 of Cups. That's beautiful. Bottom of the deck energy is the Empress. Oh, this is a good one, guys. So let's just get right into it. So Taurus, right at the center of your reading here, you have Justice. So that's the energy of balance and fairness. And it's a card about cause and effect and like about the way that our choices shape our outcome. So right now, this is inviting you to look at your situation with clear eyes and to notice where things feel aligned and where they feel uneven for you. And Justice, like, it also carries this energy of accountability without it feeling heavy or punishing. So it's that moment where you see clearly what's yours and what belongs to others so that everything can be brought back into balance here. And crossing that as your challenge this week, we see the 6 of Pentacles. So this is a card all about giving and receiving, and it's that flow of generosity and support. So sometimes it shows up when you're in the position of offering help, and other times it's about allowing yourself to receive what you've been resisting receiving here. So whether that's your presence and support, and whether that's material or emotional, or like your time, your like energy from the people who care for you, it's all about that. So together, these two cards highlight a theme of balance and relationships and exchanges this week for you, where Justice is asking you to hold everything to a standard of fairness, and the 6 of Pentacles is testing that in practice. So this could show up in work. That's what I'm feeling for you here, where it's really important this week that effort and reward, they really need to feel equal to you here. And if it's about, in your case, like a personal connection, yeah, same thing goes there, like where you need to make sure that the energy is flowing both ways equally. So there's this equilibrium thing that needs to be exchanged here. And that's what the universe wants for you. That's the highlighting theme for your present moment here. So yeah, just make sure to just hold those standards. You know, there's this really strong message here that you deserve harmony in what you give and what you receive. That's what it's saying, where it's all about, yeah, alignment. It's alignment and exchange, and just like making sure that what you put in is honored and what comes back feels whole, and it feels like you can actually make sure to feel truly deserving of it because you are. So if you've had issues with receiving, like that's the universe telling you that this is the time now. This week is the time for you to work on that and be okay with also accepting and not just over giving from yourself here. And then crowning, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So Nine of Pentacles is about, it's all about independence and like self-sufficiency. So yeah, it's again about you getting to enjoy the rewards of your efforts here. So you might be craving a little bit more freedom this week, and like the ability to stand on your own and to trust your skills, and that those skills are enabling you to create a sense of comfort around yourself. And the Nine of Pentacles is also about self-respect and stability. So it's that feeling of being able to say that you've built something, like you've built this and you created this environment for yourself, and for you to be able to trust in what you've cultivated here. So consciously, like on the top of your mind, like you might be focusing on how to strengthen your own position and how to enjoy the stability that you've worked so hard for here. And then you have your foundation here with the Four of Swords. Like I said, this is all about rest. It's all about recovery. So yeah, it points me to a period where your soul really wants you to integrate something, integrate some lessons, and just get that really deep rest for you guys, so that you're gonna start feeling this pull to start pulling back, so that your mind and your body can kind of reset here. And it's like taking a really deep breath after doing lots of heavy, like really exhausting activities. So it's sort of like a pause that allows your inner system to kind of catch up with what's been happening here around you. So on a deeper level, this root card tells me that you've needed stillness beneath everything. And even if your life looks really busy on the outside, at your foundation, there's been a call for peace and reflection, so that you can get some time away from like this constant buzz of demands here surrounding you that are making you feel really like stretched out, very thin. So they form a really interesting balance here, where on the surface, your mind, your conscious mind, is really focused on independence and like standing tall in your own energy through building security. But at your root, your system is calling for some quiet and renewal here. And it's like one part of you wants to like keep pushing forward into like this full independence mode. And another part knows that you move the most powerfully when you're just well rested and just centered here. And that's why the universe wants you to do that. So together, they tell me about a week where you're building strength and stability, but the quality of that growth depends on whether you're also giving yourself enough space to pause and just breathe here. And then you have the Eight of Wands here in the recent past, which makes sense. Well, you're coming from this place here, so now you're kind of being forced to be put in this rest position, because the Eight of Wands is like, it's an intense energy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's an intense energy, and like, it's all about really like quick developments. Like it's just like this energy of constantly picking up speed. So there's like lots of movement here with this card, and it tells me that something in your world might have felt really accelerated here, and like could be news arriving to you. And usually it's about conversations, like messages. It could be that you've been receiving messages and conversations that just unfolded way faster than you expected, and they created this momentum that just carried you into a new phase before you had time to even overthink that. So this usually shows up when the universe is like clearing blockages and energy like starts flowing freely again. So looking back, the Eight of Wands tells me that you've just come out of a period where things were moving a lot and opportunities were aligning really quickly for you here, and now you're just kind of tired and just kind of like, okay, that's enough. You know, I don't need more speed. I just need to like put on the brakes and just like lay down for a little bit. And that's why you're at this point here of a little bit of a burnout energy. That's what I'm sensing here. And I do feel really tired actually doing this reading. So I do feel that this energy is very much being absorbed right now by me too, where I'm just like a little bit dizzy. So, and it's nothing to be concerned about, because it's gonna pass as soon as I put the cards back into the deck. But it's usually just to give me a clearer message of what is actually going on. So I do feel that you're going through a little bit of a suffocating moment of just like, yeah, almost this vertigo, this dizziness going on with you, where it's just rooted in the fact that you are really tired because you've been working so hard here and you've been going through this like really, really, really fast motion. And then in your future, you have the Chariot. So this is also very powerful forward movement here. And it's not like this. It's not as hectic as the Eight of Wands. It's not as impulsive, but it's more like a movement that comes from direction and like purpose, right? So where the Eight of Wands is this super fast moving energy coming towards you, the Chariot is more like you taking control of that and deciding where to go with that and channeling that in a more productive way. So it's about determination. It's like, it's sort of your willpower in action, you know, and it's that feeling of, you know what, you've been giving this momentum and now you're actually steering it exactly where you want it to take you. And with the Chariot is also victory energy, by the way. So it's like the Six of Wands. So it just, yeah, it's that, but it also has to come from discipline and it has to come from focus too. So together they tell me like the story that you're coming from a place in the recent past where things really sped up and you had this momentum like constantly building, and now in the near future you're stepping into a more directed, like purposeful stage where you're deciding how to channel that energy that's already in motion here. So your approach this week is that, you know, is like really, yeah, really focused, really determined energy relocation, where it's not just like all over the place scattered speed, like infinity speed, but you're actually being able to funnel that into a more controlled environment where you're still taking advantage of this, because it is a good energy for sure, but now it's not going to feel as tiring and as chaotic because you're distributing it a little bit better for sure with the Chariot there. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles here as your suggested approach. So that's you. I always say that this card is very you. This is a card of like very steady, like very grounded effort. So that's the suggestion and advice for you this week, where it's reminding you that the most meaningful progress has to come step by step, right? And this Knight he gets where he's going because he doesn't give up on the process. And for you, that means showing up consistently for what matters. So whether that's in your relationships or even in your own healing here. And then you have what you need to know with the Ace of Swords. So behind the scenes, this is clarity and like a fresh perspective of truth. So you might soon receive a breakthrough idea, or a sharp moment of just insight that just cuts through any uncertainty that you've been feeling in order to give you more clear answers. So it's like the mental air just like clears and suddenly everything just makes sense to you. And yeah, what you need to know is like truth is coming out with this card, and it's going to guide you towards even more alignment here. And then you have your hopes and fears here with the Two of Pentacles. So shows me that you're having this sort of like both hope but also worry around balance, and that's what it comes down to here too. This is the undercurrent for sure. This is the issue of the week. So on one hand, you want to be able to like juggle everything really gracefully, like your responsibilities and your personal needs. But on the other hand, you fear that, yeah, you're becoming stretched too thin here. And this card says that this theme of balance is like, it's running through your week, you know, and there's balance in work, there's balance in rest, you know, there's balance in relationships, there's balance in like giving and receiving here. And it's again, just echoing this whole energy here. So that's definitely something you need to work on and stabilize. And then you have your potential future with the Ten of Cups. So this is a beautiful outcome for you, because Ten of Cups is all about harmony, like an emotional wholeness, where you get to feel really fulfilled here. So it's that vision of happiness and belonging that makes you feel really complete. So whether that's in a romantic or a more like platonic connection, in the context of this reading, like it tells me that the steps you're taking towards balance and truth are leading you into a space of really deep emotional satisfaction here. And it's where you get to experience this shared happiness and like lasting connections and independence and even material growth with the people around you. And then the bottom of the deck with the Empress, like this is the undercurrent of the whole spread. Like this is the base, right? So this is a really beautiful energy to have there, because she reminds you that your power grows, like it grows through care and nurturing, like creativity. She's all about abundance. It's about beauty, about receptivity. So it's like a beautiful card all in all. And she always holds space for growth. So whether that's in relationships or even in the way that you care for yourself. So it's a very encouraging energy here, especially as you're going through this process of developing those muscles where you're actually setting up boundaries and you're actually questioning how much you're giving versus how much you're receiving, then the Empress is there to show you that you're aligned with this energy here of just total abundance, and it's okay for you to ask for more where it's required. So the story here is that, yeah, at the center, like, there's this call for balance, and this is all about fairness in all your exchanges here, and just you making sure that your energy and your resources are all honored equally. So your mind is like, it's showing your desire for independence and self-respect, while at your root, it points to this need for rest and reflection. And then you have the Eight of Wands here in your recent past that brought you like this huge burst of momentum. And now with the Chariot, like, carrying you forward, it's going to be all about taking that and channeling that into focus, right? And determination here. So, and then, yeah, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. It's like very consistent, very steady action that builds results over time. And then with this card here, with the Ace of Swords, it's all about this week bringing you some clarity, and with that, some truth as well that you've been looking for. And then Two of Pentacles, again, it's like the wish to juggle life with ease and just the worry of being stretched too thin. But then the potential future with the Ten of Cups is promising you like fulfillment, right? It's emotional harmony and like possibly even connection, whether that's with someone new or someone from your past. And beneath all of that, the Empress here is reminding you that you are in the season of creation and nurturing and like growth and just total abundance. So the bigger message is that this is a week where fairness and patience and creativity and clarity just guide you towards deeper fulfillment. And you're moving from a place of evaluation into purposeful momentum. And what awaits is stability and its harmony that are rooted in truth. And that's all I have for you today, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this reading resonated. And if so, please give it a like and let me know in the comments below which part resonated the most with you guys. And don't forget to subscribe for your weekly energy forecasts. Okay, bye.